To call Stevie Wonder a legend would truly be a massive understatement. After signing with Motown's Tamla label, Stevie's natural charm quickly made him a favorite among women. As of now, he has 9 children with 5 different women. So, how does he manage to win over some of the most beautiful women despite not having sight? Here's a look into his fascinating love life. In her memoir, A Woman Like Me, singer Bettye LaVette recalls an interesting chapter in Stevie Wonder's early life. To celebrate his 16th birthday, Bettye and a few other women from the vibrant Detroit music scene decided to throw Stevie a party with a rather unique objective: to help him transition into manhood. The event, held in Betty's basement apartment, became the setting for what she described as Stevie's deflowering party. Initially, Bettye was approached to take on the role, but she suggested her friend, Marie Early, would be better suited for the job, promising that Marie would make the experience unforgettable. However, when Marie failed to show up, Stevie's excitement quickly turned to disappointment, leaving a bittersweet memory of what was meant to be a significant moment in his life. As his career took off, Stevie found himself surrounded by women vying for his attention. Though he couldn't rely on sight, Stevie used his other senses to navigate the world of dating and romance. In an interview with Page 6, Stevie shared his ability to know a lady of the world simply by being around her, adding that he didn't need anyone to point her out to him. He could tell on his own. Stevie's rise to fame brought him a whole new level of attention from groupies, but he also had his own criteria for the women he was drawn to. In an interview with Jet magazine, he revealed that it became much easier for him to spot the satin dolls, a term coined by his idol, Duke Ellington. A satin doll, as Stevie defined it, was a woman who was as beautiful inside as she was on the outside. For Stevie, a woman's physical appearance mattered, but it was her personality that truly captivated him. He valued a good sense of humor and a warm, engaging personality. But sometimes, a stunning body was enough to spark his interest. One of Stevie Wonder's former girlfriends shared a memorable story with the New York Post about a chance encounter in church. She was sitting in front of Stevie when the men he was with commented on her appearance, saying, "Wow, she's got a nice butt and a face to match." That was Stevie's cue to step in. Tapping her on the shoulder, he casually asked what had brought her to church. She replied that she came every Sunday because of her belief in God. Stevie's response was smooth. He said he could give her everything that God had promised her. Another woman confirmed that Stevie's charm also worked its magic in church. She recalled how Stevie would often stay after services to impress her, even taking the time to offer her piano lessons. But he didn't stop there. He would turn gospel songs into love songs, changing the lyrics to include their names. The woman recalled how Stevie sweet-talked her by suggesting baby names and even promised her the most fabulous houses. His ability to blend romance with music left a lasting impression on her heart. Stevie's mom, Lula Mae Hardaway, offered further insight into her son's dating habits before her passing in 2006. According to Lula, Stevie's ritual before attending events was always the same. He would pick out a woman to flirt with. One notable occasion involved his Motown label mate, Diana Ross. Before approaching her, Stevie asked someone to tell him what color dress Diana was wearing. Once he learned, he was led over to her, showering her with compliments, saying, "I love that red." However, Stevie quickly learned that Diana was off limits. Motown founder Berry Gordy was dating her, and Levi Stubbs of the Four Tops confirmed that Stevie needed to be reminded of the boundaries. "We had to let him know that she was the boss's woman, and the boss doesn't play," Levi said. Stevie Wonder's romantic life took an interesting turn when he developed a close friendship with Syreeta Wright, a receptionist at Motown's Detroit office. Syreeta, who also worked as a background and demo singer, was 4 years older than Stevie, who was just 18 at the time. Their friendship blossomed into romance, and a source close to the couple told Page 6 that Stevie was immediately drawn to Syreeta because of her freshness. He could even sense her allure through the simplest gestures, like touching the sleeves of her blouse. Stevie explained, A lady that wears an expensive top is not loud when she speaks and smells good. That's how I know. Their connection was undeniable, and soon they tied the knot. However, despite their deep bond, the marriage only lasted 18 months. Even after their separation, they remained close friends and continued to collaborate on music, maintaining a strong professional relationship despite the end of their romantic one. In a 1973 interview with Rolling Stone, Stevie hinted at having a new significant other, referring to her as his lady friend. Many assumed that the woman he was speaking of was Yolanda Simmons, his secretary and bookkeeper at the time. Stevie revealed that he and Yolanda shared a unique ability to sense when people weren't being genuine, suggesting a deep level of connection between the two. When asked about their relationship in the bedroom, Stevie's response was playful and candid. "You just have to get in there and do that. You know, that is just fantasticness." In February 1975, Stevie Wonder's life changed forever with the birth of his daughter, Aisha Morris, with Yolanda Simmons. Stevie later shared a deeply emotional moment with Oprah, recalling how the sound of Aisha splashing in the bathtub nearly brought him to tears. He described it as a moment of emotion stuck in time and that can never, ever be taken away. That profound experience inspired him to write one of his most iconic songs, Isn't She Lovely? The track opens with the joyful sounds of baby Aisha's giggles and cries, capturing the pure, unfiltered joy Stevie felt in that moment. Stevie's love for his family was also reflected in the sleeve notes of his 1976 album Songs in the Key of Life. One message in particular stood out to fans. "My mind's heart must be polygamous, and my spirit is married to many, and my love belongs to all." Beneath these words was a list of women's first names, a reflection of Stevie's complex relationships and the love he felt for many people in his life. Mike Zimbello, the guitarist for Stevie's band Wonderland, gave further insight into Stevie's feelings about love. Speaking to biographer Mark Rabowski, Mike shared that while Stevie deeply loved Yolanda, he also had love for many women. Mike speculated that Stevie came to a realization that you can only have one love during your lifetime, and that love, for him, was his ex-wife, Syreeta. According to Mike, Stevie's greatest fear was loneliness, so he chose to find happiness with Yolanda, even if they didn't marry. Despite their unwed status, Yolanda and Stevie had another child together, a son named Kata Morris, born in 1977. Stevie's relationship with Yolanda, while not officially tied by marriage, was undoubtedly significant. And many believe Stevie's 1980 ballad lately reflects his feelings of insecurity and vulnerability in their relationship. In the song, Stevie sings about his fear of losing the woman he loves to another man, hinting at the complicated emotions he navigated in his personal life. Stevie Wonder's relationship with Yolanda Simmons came to an end in 1982, with rumors suggesting that Stevie's reluctance to fully commit and give up other women played a role in the breakup. Despite this separation, Stevie's personal life remained active throughout the 1980s. During this time, he fathered several children, including a son named Mumtaz with Melody McCulley and another son, Kwame, with a woman named Cheryl. Additionally, sources suggest he had a fifth child, a daughter named Sophia, born on an undisclosed date with an unknown woman. However, despite his romantic escapades, Stevie's heart was reportedly set on one particular woman, Angela McGaffey. The two had been in contact since 1986, but it wasn't until 1996 that Stevie made his move. He reportedly convinced Angela to leave her job as a wardrobe consultant and move into his Los Angeles estate. They struck a verbal agreement that Stevie would be the sole breadwinner while Angela took on the role of homemaker. Angela, who was deeply involved in Stevie's life, also became instrumental in assisting him with personal and medical issues. She is said to have helped him redesign his home by adding Braille inscriptions to improve his independence, as well as preparing a diet and exercise program to help manage his blood pressure. Angela's role in Stevie's life extended beyond just practical support. She also took on a significant caregiving role, reportedly helping him with various health concerns, including bladder issues, hemorrhoids, and even a fungus infection. Their bond, both personal and professional, seemed to be a deep one, with Angela providing extensive care for Stevie both physically and emotionally. Yet, despite his life with Angela, Stevie's heart and attention were soon drawn elsewhere. In 1999, he met freelance art director Kai Millard at a New York nightclub. According to The Telegraph, Stevie, intrigued by Kai, had his people approach her, but she declined the initial invitation, explaining she was at the club for work. However, as she turned to leave, Stevie was there, and the two began a conversation that stretched on until 5 a.m. The connection was instant, and just 6 months later, they became engaged. In September 2001, Stevie and Kai married, marking another chapter in his complicated love life. Stevie Wonder's personal life took another dramatic turn following his marriage to Kai Millard in 2001. Just a month after their wedding, Angela McGaffey, Stevie's former girlfriend, filed a $30 million lawsuit against him. In the lawsuit, Angela alleged that she had contracted herpes from Stevie a year earlier, claiming he had concealed the disease from her. In response, Stevie filed a lawsuit of his own, accusing Angela of stealing $160,000 worth of property from his home, including furniture, stereos, exercise equipment, and musical gear, after their breakup. He also denied the allegations of transmitting the STD. The case eventually moved to mediation, and the details of the outcome were kept confidential, leaving the public to speculate about the messy end to their relationship. Despite the legal drama, Stevie's family continued to grow. In 2001, he and Kai welcomed their first child together, a son named Kayland. 4 years later, in May 2005, they had another son, Mandla. The name Mandla was a tribute to Nelson Mandela, a significant figure Stevie deeply admired. In a 2010 interview with The Telegraph, Stevie revealed that he hoped to have 2 more children, preferably twins, expressing his desire for a larger family. However, Stevie's marriage to Kai began to unravel over time. After 11 years of marriage in 2013, he filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. In a symbolic move, he signed the divorce papers using only 2 fingerprints instead of his signature. He requested joint custody of their 2 sons and agreed to pay $25,000 per month in child support. The divorce was finalized in October 2015, but by that time, Stevie had already moved on with another woman, Tamla Robin Bracey. Tamla and Stevie's connection began at a gathering where a source close to the couple revealed that Stevie was immediately struck by her perfume. As she walked past him, Stevie told those around him that he could tell she was light on her feet, a quality he associated with true beauty. Stevie Wonder's relationship with his third wife, Tamla Robin Bracey, deepened over the years. Despite their 25-year age difference, with Stevie being 67 and Tamla 42, they solidified their bond by quietly welcoming 2 children together. The couple made their relationship official in July 2017 when they tied the knot in a private ceremony at the luxurious Hotel Bel Air in Los Angeles, a symbol of their growing commitment to each other. In December 2019, Stevie underwent a life-changing kidney transplant. During a virtual press conference where he also announced his move to Motown Records, Stevie revealed that he was feeling rejuvenated, joking that the transplant made him feel 5 years younger than his daughter Aisha. "I told my daughter Aisha, I'm going to be like 5 years younger than you now. I'm going from being 70 to being 40, he said, demonstrating his optimism and renewed energy after the procedure. While Stevie's early years as a father were marked by a busy career, which often kept him away from his children, Sources suggest that as he grew older, he worked to strengthen his relationships with them. His children, who range in age from 45 to 5 years old, have all seen a shift in Stevie's priorities. As a father of 9, Stevie now spends more time with his family, and reports indicate that he and Tamika are living happily together in Los Angeles, raising their children. Throughout the ups and downs of his romantic history, Stevie has come to recognize the importance of growth and self-reflection. In an interview with Oprah Winfrey, he shared an insightful perspective on life, saying, "I'm a work in progress, but if I know in my heart that I'm doing my best, that my heart's in the right place, that I have unconditional love, I feel okay." With so many mouths to feed, Stevie Wonder is quite blessed to tout a multi-million-dollar fortune. According to Celebrity Net Worth, the part-time lover singer has an estimated value of over $200 million, making him well off, even while providing for 9 children from 5 different women. Let's take a look at how Stevie Wonder's 9 children are living up to his impressive legacy. Aisha Morris. Aisha Wonder is perhaps the most well-known of Stevie Wonder's children, and for good reason. She inspired one of his most famous songs, "Isn't She Lovely?" Born in April 1975, Aisha quickly became a muse for her Grammy-winning father, even making her presence felt on the recording of the iconic track. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Stevie shared how Aisha's splash in the bathtub became the emotional spark for the song. "The sound of my daughter Aisha splashing in the bathtub created a picture. That was emotion stuck in a moment, and that can never, ever be taken away." Aisha has been a constant presence in her father's life and career. She was there when Stevie was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1989 and was by his side again in 1996 when he received a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Grammys. As she grew up, Aisha followed in her father's musical footsteps, earning a Grammy nomination and performing with Stevie at live shows, including a duet on Positivity. In 2018, Aisha took on a new role as music director at Los Angeles radio station KJLH. When she's not touring with her legendary dad, she's behind the scenes running the station's boards and occasionally making an appearance on Dancing with the Stars, Juniors. Aisha has also embraced motherhood herself. In 2000, she had a child of her own, making Stevie Wonder a proud grandfather, Keita Morris. Keita Morris, born in 1977, inherited his family's musical talent from a young age, much like his father, Stevie Wonder, and his older sister, Aisha. Growing up alongside Aisha, Keita developed a strong bond with her before eventually moving to New York City to launch his own record label, Stay Gold. Since the late 90s, Keita has made a name for himself as a DJ, producing original music under the stage name DJ Jersey Wonder. Aside from his musical career, he's also a family man with 2 children, making Stevie Wonder a proud grandfather twice over. Mumtaz Morris. Mumtaz Morris, born in 1983, followed in his father Stevie Wonder's musical footsteps. He made his mark by singing the American national anthem in Japan in 2009, which you can watch below. Mumtaz is the first child of Stevie Wonder and his partner Melody McCulley, who is best known as the vocalist on the hit song That's What Friends Are For, and performed alongside Stevie for many years. Growing up in Southern California, Mumtaz spent much of his childhood away from the spotlight. Initially drawn to sports, he didn't start pursuing music seriously until he was 17, when he began taking singing and piano lessons. Since then, Mumtaz has built an impressive music career, releasing tracks with high-profile guest artists. In 2010, he performed with his father at the Hollywood Bowl, singing Ribbon in the Sky, and that same year he released his own song, Do It Well, featuring Snoop Dogg. Mumtaz is also a family man with 5 children, whom he shares with his wife Candace, whom he married shortly after high school. Though he didn't envision a career in music as a child, Mumtaz's talent is a testament to the lasting musical legacy of Stevie Wonder. Sophia Morris. Sophia Morris, following in the footsteps of her talented family, is a singer and songwriter, sometimes going by Sophia Morris Wonder as a nod to her legendary father. But for Sophia, music is just the beginning. In 2020, she took on the role of coordinator and producer for the World Day for African and Afro-descendant culture. She also teamed up with celebrity jeweler Boo Daddy Diamonds to launch a special jewelry line featuring Braille lettering in tribute to her dad. The Braille spells out the word love, reflecting Sophia's deep connection to her father's legacy. In a conversation with TooFab, Sophia shared that the inspiration behind the jewelry came from her work with children who are visually impaired. She's currently working on developing a non-profit organization, and she was grateful to collaborate with Boo Daddy Diamonds to bring her vision to life. Like many of Stevie Wonder's children, Sophia has a close bond with her dad, even calling him her best friend in a heartfelt Instagram post for his birthday in 2022. Kwame Morris. If you're thinking that every single one of Stevie Wonder's children must be a singer, you can relax. His fifth child, Kwame, is charting his own path. A model with Storm Models, Kwame has made a name for himself in the fashion world, with his work appearing in prestigious publications like Vogue Italia and campaigns for Prada. But modeling is just one side of Kwame's entrepreneurial spirit. In 2020, he launched Stone Eyewear, a brand that reflects his unique style and vision. Kwame is also deeply committed to his civil rights activism. In 2017, he joined his father in taking a knee at the Global Citizen Festival to protest police brutality, standing in solidarity with NFL legend Colin Kaepernick. Since then, he's used his platform to advocate for causes like Black Lives Matter, COVID-19 safety, and voting rights, urging his followers to make their voices heard at the polls. Kayland Morris. Kayland Morris is making a name for himself as a rising star in the fashion industry. Already being hailed as one to watch, the young mogul is quickly establishing himself as both a model and an aspiring designer. Kayland has graced the runway for some of the most influential fashion brands, including Iceberg, Comme des Garçons, and Jacquemus, and he's making waves with his own clothing line, House of Calm, which has been covered by WWD. Before fashion took center stage in Kayland's life, music was his first love. He even played drums alongside his legendary father during his tours, a clear sign that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. His love for music was evident when he shared that his favorite song is Stevie Wonder's classic Superstition. Inspired by his son's admiration, Stevie extended an invitation for Kayland to join him on stage to perform the song, a proud moment for both father and son. Growing up in the orbit of such a musical and cultural icon has left a lasting impact on Kayland. He has often spoken about how his father's influence shapes his ambitions and worldview. Kayland has set his sights high, even sharing his goal to become the world's youngest black billionaire. At just 22 years old, Kayland has plenty of time to make this dream a reality, and with his entrepreneurial spirit and creative talent, he's well on his way to reaching that lofty goal. Mandla Morris. Mandla Morris, like his older siblings, is carving out his own path in the world of modeling. He has already landed notable campaigns, including one for the prestigious Retrouvé skincare line, which showcases his growing influence in the fashion industry. Born on May 13, 2005, Mandla shares a special bond with his father, Stevie Wonder, as he is Stevie's birthday twin. Mandla arrived on the same day Stevie turned 55, adding a personal and meaningful connection to their father-son relationship. In 2018, Mandla took his talents to the stage as a contestant on Dancing with the Stars Juniors. During the competition, he was greeted by his older sister, Aisha, and later had the honor of performing during a live rendition of Stevie's iconic song, Isn't She Lovely?, a moment that brought their family's musical legacy to life. That same year, Mandla made a cameo appearance in the critically acclaimed film A Star is Born, further expanding his horizons in entertainment and showing his versatility. Zaya Morris. Stevie Wonder's eighth child, Zaya, was born sometime before 2014, though her exact birth date remains private. She is the first daughter of Wonder's third wife, Tamika Robin Bracey. As Zaya is still under 18, she has largely stayed out of the public eye, and her life has been kept relatively quiet. However, she made a notable appearance on her father's 2020 track, Where Is Our Love Song?, alongside several of Stevie's other children, offering a glimpse of her presence in his music. As Zaya grows older, it's likely that the public will continue to learn more about her and her journey as she finds her own way in the world. Nia Morris. Stevie Wonder's ninth and youngest child, Nia, was born in late 2014. She is the second child Stevie shares with his wife, Tamika Bracey, with whom he is still married. Given that Nia is under 10 years old, her life has been kept very private, even more so than her older sister, Zaya's. However, it's clear that Nia has a bright future ahead of her, with endless possibilities to explore creative fields. Growing up with 8 successful older siblings and a father with a net worth of $200 million, Nia is positioned to have every opportunity she could ever wish for as she navigates her own path in life. Stevie Wonder's children have certainly carved out their own unique paths, from music and fashion to activism and entrepreneurship. Each one brings their own talents and individuality, showing that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. But with such a large family, there are bound to be stories, ups and downs, and intriguing dynamics. What do you think of Stevie Wonder's children following in his footsteps? And what do you think about the family drama that's unfolded over the years? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content in the future. Bye-bye.